So Jake, around this time, you were working for the likes of Ron Scholar and Antonio Pena, John Arezzi, and now this thing with Cornette comes up. What can you remember about first being contacted by Cornette for this?
Well, they contacted me, and then they came down to my house, and we shot a little interview. But what I remember about this time was I was really, really struggling, man. Addiction had kicked my ass. I was having trouble at home. It was a it was a very bad time in the life of Jake the Snake. You know, I was wanting desperately to keep my family together, but it's hard to do that when you've got that beast that's chewing on you all the time. And I just remember this kind of being the last straw as far as my marriage and everything went at the time. Well, I think right after this, we may have even broken up for a while.
And, to put everything in full context, to compound the issue, it's you had left WWF in 1992, and then WCW comes along. That didn't work out, and there's actually litigation that happens following that. So it's the two major promotions in professional wrestling. You've now got kind of burnt bridges at.
Yes.
And so it's between that and the fact that you're struggling with some personal demons, not an easy time for you. So Cornette has it that he called you before driving the 3 hours from Knoxville to Georgia with the idea of working around your Mexico schedule, where you were red hot with Conan at the time. And he says he was eyeing 4 months with you as his top heel, playing to make you champion right out of the gate, with the idea being that if you were both happy by the end of it, then everything could continue. So on paper, it sounds like a pretty convenient drive, and the willingness to work around your schedule sounds good. Right out of the gate, what did you think about the idea of working with him?
Well, I was all for it, except my brain and shit was with it, with the addiction and traveling to Mexico and back, and then having to, my home life was really, really, really rough right then. And I mean, we were barely staying afloat. Not money wise, but just with each other. And I love Cheryl. I loved her then. I still love her. But all I can remember is that, it was one of those situations of I can't take it one more time. You do that one more time, and you're out. She's talking about drinking, of course, and what have you.
And yeah, you were struggling to maintain control of it while also still, having a professional life and earning money for your family.
Very hard to do, man. Especially when I would go to Mexico, with nobody with me. Oh,
my God.
That's an accident waiting to happen. But no, Cornette was very he was wanting to do some business, man. And I apologized to Jim and for the way I behaved, and walking out basically after a very short time. It had nothing to do with him. It's just that I couldn't deal with it, the addiction and the problems at home.